Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. JC here with another video on Action Taimanin. Today, we're gonna check the update, but before we start, don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe if you enjoy the content. So we finally have the update. Maya Cordelia is here. There's a ton of new content. There's a lot of things. Even though we lost the tempo, and now there's only one event running, there's a lot of things to check, and we're gonna divide the video in two parts. I'm just gonna tell you what's been added or adjusted in the game, and then we're gonna analyze some of it because it's gonna take a while if I don't do it that way. And maybe you just want like the important stuff, the additions and such, and you don't wanna hear me talk about how this affects the balance and whatnot. So let's start with Maya Cordelia. So we have the new playable character, Maya Cordelia, as usual. With the new character, we have the package. There's the cheap, quote unquote cheap package, and the jump up one, the standard and the jump up. So standard comes with the character, the weapon, the desire skin. The desire skin. They didn't used to do that. But on the other hand, this is a call-up character, so it's probably treated differently. And we have the gems. The gems over here, 500 gems. On the other hand, we have the jump up pack that has all that, a bit more gems. It also has the exclusive jump up pack skin. It has Fate Die. It has a copy of Shard Evolutionary and Ord Evolutionary, a copy of Nano Machine UR, and a copy of Demonite, as well as the voice pack. I decided to buy this, but I do not recommend that you do so. They are quite expensive for what they offer. And right now, the balance of the game, the economy of the game is changing drastically. So, yeah, we're gonna see what's gonna happen. Even though you might think like the game is bad right now, it is to be expected when the economy shifts. But once things start to, we start to see what's coming and how they manage this adjustment, it might not be as bad as it seems. That's something that happens a lot. So, yeah. Of course, when we have a new character, we have a banner for that character. Maya shares weapons with Ragnarok and I was gonna say Shinmora, but no, Ragnarok and Ingrid. And well, her Alice weapon basically decreases skill cooldown by 8% up to 16%, and has an active that for 5 particles it deals 600% of attack damage, or 1200% of attack if it's maxed out. Not the greatest weapon, while the effect of reducing skill cooldown is pretty impactful and pretty unique. We prefer damage increase effects for the weapons. Then, what else do we have? Of course, we have the Desire skin over here if you want to grab it. And we have the campaign for Maya Cordelia. Be sure to grab all the rewards if you grab the character. Remember, the character right now, it's not available for gems, but it's going to be available soon. And it will be 1,800 gems. It is more expensive than other characters. And I'll do an analysis of this character at a later point. I need to test her a bit more. And what else? Let's see. Limited custom repeat. We have the squad leader day off custom, which it was golden pass if I'm not mistaken. If you want to grab it, do so. But not my cup of tea. You know the value that they offer on these ones. Then we have seasonal events, starting with the login event. For the login event, we have a 15 login bonus, and the notable things are the ice box, which is a kind of item box. We have a UR gacha ticket. We have a voucher for a summer weapon, and we have fireworks, another kind of box, and a crystal mirage at the very end. Not bad, not bad. Then we have event, missions, and campaigns. So, 4 campaigns. Reduce AP cost, and increase AP multiplier. for both event and dailies, and the AP multiplier is only for event. I mean, I guess this is a kind of compensation for what happened, the 2 week thing, but I mean, it's fine. It's fine. Um, I'm gonna take advantage of this. You probably should be spending some amount of AP refills on the daily quest, or you can wait for October, the anniversary and stuff. Then we have complete event missions and use AP missions, as well as the Total War normal mode missions. They should have given us those coins, but they didn't. Like the missions were not available because of the lack of update, but I was expecting they would give them to us through the compensation. But okay, let's see what else. Event missions, campaigns. Oh yeah, the rewards. So for the first set of missions, we're getting custom crafting material kit, blank emblem, crystal fragment, accelerator, onsen ticket, bead, talisman of life, not bad, and limited gacha coins. For the second set of missions, we're getting cutting fluid slash retail bell kit, blank emblem, crystal fragment, onsen ticket, dismantling device at 500 AP, gacha coins, 2 gacha coins at 1000 AP, Magatama attribute change coin at 1500 AP, and Commander Mark fireworks at 2000 AP. Not bad. Be sure to grab all these rewards. We also have the summer gacha event. Make it double. It's basically the standard gacha, but with double the odds, which is good. It's good, sure, but not everyone is going to be rolling on this. It is particularly good for newer players who have saved some amount of coins, or players who are in the mid game and have good gear but need more gear and haven't maxed out everything. So yeah, notable things about this: we have the renewal weapons over here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we have the renewal weapons, as you can see, and those are some of the best weapons. So double odds is not bad. You'll get the various rewards, basically a bunch of summer weapon copies, and at 60 rolls we get a demonite shard supply crater, and at 80 rolls we get an nanomachine blueprint crater. Okay, not bad, not bad. If you want to roll, if this is daily, if this discount is daily, it'll be like 2000 gems to get all the rewards. I don't know if it's daily, but I think some of these gachas do it daily. Then, what else do we have? If we progress a bit, you'll start to see some interesting rewards. At 350, we get a ticket for limited weapon. So it's random, but it's still a limited weapon. Then at 400, for some reason, we have 5 Demonite Ore. I don't think it's 5 Demonite Ore. I think it's 5 shards, but they made some kind of mistake. But it is... wow. I mean, I would love to, but I don't have like enough. I mean, I could. Technically, I could, but I prefer to save these resources for something else. Another ticket, this time for limited supporter, and 5 nanomachine blueprints. Do you see when I say that maybe that's a mistake? Because it doesn't make sense that they don't match. But, well, whatever. Then, what else do we have? Summer gacha. Desire. Okay. On the Desire shop, you may have noticed that there are special items. But before you start spending, let me remind you that either the weapon or the supporter for Justice, Goddess of Justice, Azusa, is gonna be available for Desire. So be sure to save at least 140 Desire. By the way, you can buy the one day job Maya skin, even if you don't have the character, as a way to save Desire. This is excellent, especially when you're already at max Desire. Then, what special items do we have right now? 2 vouchers, well, 2 tickets for weapons or supporters. These are particularly good for those who do not have all of these maxed out. If you're F2P, probably you won't, because um, even with the packs they offer, they don't have like 5 out of 5 copies. So yeah, it's gonna be good if you grab one of these, but they're a bit expensive. 140 desire. We have 2 copies of each EP voucher, which okay, but those are F2P weapons and supporters. I do not recommend that you grab these. Demon HR and Nanomachine blueprints for 30 desire. Tempting, tempting. I might use my rotation gacha coins, but wait just a bit, guys. Let's see what's gonna come later and decide. You have until September 7. Then opaque special die ample. Yeah, that's also nice. Demonite and Nanomachine SR. And those are all the special items that they added. Then, for the Golden Pass, we have Phantasma, pretty appealing Golden Pass, 1 day job Phantasma, that is basically Summer 2 skin. Lovely, sure. We also have the weapon and the supporter for Shiranui. Not the best weapon or supporter, but the more weapons, the more gear you have, the better. Even if it's just to unlock formations, like damage dealt to assisted characters reduce, critical damage. This is important. This one is actually pretty useful. And damage of ranged attacks increase and HP restoration. This is also pretty good, actually. So yeah, you might want to get this one if you're interested in Phantasma. Now, what else do we have? Oh yeah. We also have 1 day job skins. We have the new 1 day job for Noah, and we have the repeat 1 day job skins. We're gonna get more of those, but grab whichever you want. Additional limited custom. Oh yeah, the system. Let's go right into the system. So they added the new rarity system. As you can see, I already have 1 weapon. How do you get these materials? There's 2 ways. On dailies, they are at a very low chance. They have a very low drop chance, but we can just farm like crazy and we'll get some of these. And we can also craft them. Don't forget that they're also available over here at a better percentage, so that's something to take into consideration. And over here, where is it? Yeah, crafting facility. So we have a new level for the crafting facility, of course, and with that we'll be able to craft the shards, the legacy and ore and shards, and the evolutionary shards and orb too. But you may have already seen that they require 3 nanomachines or demonites. That's a whole other topic. If you want to vocalize your discontent, do so. I won't say I'm not against that, because yeah. One quick thing to say about this: when the game economy changes, at the start it looks really bad, but as we start to receive items in a different way that adjusts to the economy, it turns out it's not as bad as it seems. It is not unlikely that we'll be receiving more Demonite shards and Nanomachine blueprints every month. It is not unlikely with this adjustment. Just keep that in mind. Then, another quick thing, a quick explanation. When you enhance your weapon, you increase its max level, of course, and its stats, and it also unlocks this, which is basically a Magatame effect. The important ones are going to be the damaging ones, sure. We also have defensive ones, which are good for PvP, and there are some weapons that are basically defensive, so it's fine. We'll need to check like the percentages. Like, I'm interested in increased damage against a boss, but if the specialized damage is higher, then this is going to be the option and we're going to have to reroll a lot. And well, if you forge again, fortunately, the second time, the e- or evolutionary doesn't increase its requirement. It's only one. That's nice. That's nice. A thing to say about this mechanic, unfortunately, it does not work for the SR weapons. They should make it for the SR weapons because there's some busted SR weapons that we do want to keep using. I mean, there's no reason to not let this weapon be strong. Let us make it UR, Gregory. We want this to be an IUR. It is very good. So, yeah. Um, anyways, let's see. What else do we have? Oh, yeah. Um, club. The club. So, in the club, there's a couple things that we have to check. Starting with this. We have unlocked the joint training support. This will provide different effects that benefit club joint training. Okay. One noteworthy thing is that these effects are actually useful because they give 1,500 stats or 20,000 stats. So yeah, that's pretty good. Unlike a certain mechanic added into the game that basically give us near to nothing stats as a reward for farming a lot. They should really adjust these numbers. They don't need to increase the cap. They just need to adjust the base numbers for this. It's not worth it. But okay, let's go back. So we have the club joint training. How does this work? What do you do? Well, as you can see, first of all, it's divided in weeks and it's divided by trades, which is great. If we read the manual, it says, joint training details. Challenge the 3-week joint training together with your club members. Each season consists of 3 rounds, with the round changing every week. Once all rounds have concluded, the season will end and reset. Makes sense, sure. When the boss HP is depleted, the enemy will level up, increase instead of dying. A level up boss becomes even stronger and may force you to make a choice. It is random whenever they level up, but you definitely want them to level up as much as possible because they give you more points and rewards. But at the same time, it makes the battle a bit more difficult or easier. The effects vary. Some of them are buffs for yourself, I think, and some of them it says monster attack increase, monster defense increase. No, those are buffs for the monster, but monster critical rate is increase. Yeah, basically they increase the performance of the monster which you're facing, which I mean it's interesting. It is very similar to Total War. Um, but you pilot this. You pilot the team, so that's great. I mean, only one character. The other ones are going to be AI, sure. But what matters is that you play yourself, and it increases the difficulty. The something that you have to be careful with is which effects you select because there's 3 aspects when selecting the effect. The effect itself for the enemy, the amount of points that it provides for your score, and the reward that it gives. You want to balance those because, of course, the best thing would be to just grab the best effects if you're able to just delete the enemy and get the max score. But at the same time, grabbing the rewards is also pretty lucrative for those who cannot. So yeah, just do so. And look at this. It says earn milestone rewards when the boss reaches a specific levels. Yeah, we have those, and I'm gonna show them to you. But it also says the boss can level up to a maximum of 199, and defeating the boss at their max level will end the game. Effects chosen during the battle will remain active until the end of the round. Then Compare your score with your club members. You can obtain contribution rewards based on your rank. Earn rewards based on your rank in every round. Um, yeah, if we rank ourselves in the club, that means that some will not get as many rewards. I don't like that. I would like that um, we all receive ranks on our joint performance, which we do, but another division doesn't make that much sense. It says compare your score against other clubs as well. You can earn victory points and round rewards in every round. So yeah, this is the rewards that we all share in the club. When the season ends, earn additional season rewards based on your final rank, determined by your victory points. And get stat boost from the joint training support. That's the first thing that I showed you. You can also get help by borrowing a club member character as a club mercenary. So for these ones, there's two things. You can grab the main attacker of one of your club members, or you can grab a supporter. Because I think that everyone tries to build a main attacker, a very competent main attacker, but not everyone has enough gems to roll for all the different limited supporters. And that's why the supporters might be worth picking if you don't have all those and you already have a great main DPS. But if it's the other way around, you have like a plethora of different supportive effects and gear, but you don't have a great main attacker, you can do the other way around. That's actually pretty good. So if I join in, I can see my penalties that I have selected. Decreases monster defense by 70% for... Yeah, some of these are actually useful for you, which is nice. But, well... I'm going to tell you something very quickly. On my first run, I reached 125, and I just increased 9 levels on my second run. So, yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to finish this properly, max it out, but I already claimed all the rewards. They are kind of mid for this kind of challenge, honestly. But I mean, it's fine. It's fine. The idea is that people grab them, and the first 50 levels are, well, with my strategy, it's not that difficult. I honestly don't know how difficult it is. I'm just using the busted strategy with land. But yeah, I mean, they should maybe make this a bit more interesting and maybe raise the cap up to 100 and give more difficult evolutionary rewards, maybe. And we can check the contribution of everyone over here and the rewards they receive. And, well, yeah, that's kind of it. And the club ranking. Here we can see the score of the other clubs. And here we can check the round rewards. Unfortunately, this incentivizes that unhealthy system where those who are at the top are gonna get stronger and stronger. Honestly, I used to like. I mean, I like the system on PvP better because the rewards are not that impactful for those who are at rank 1. Like 300 gems, you are spending way more than that. So getting this is not that impactful, but the other rewards, the one on club, is extremely impactful. So I wish that Gremory balanced things out so that every player can access this new LR system. Then new content, yeah, store renewal. Okay, so there are things. So we have a new. Is that right? Why is so dark? I don't know. Limited. That's better. So we have these new daily packages. one is free, which gives you one BP supply, which I honestly appreciate. And we also have 10 bits, fine. We also have support and weapon packs for $1. I mean, it's something that you can grab if you're on a pinch. Not required, honestly, for the long run, but it's okay to have one of those. And they have adjusted the monthly and weekly package. So now we have weekly nanomachines, and they reduce the cost. Now it's $22, which for something weekly it's still expensive. If they wanted to do it weekly, make it 10, make it 5. Sorry, it's still too expensive for weekly, in my opinion. Then we have weekly coins, weekly gachas, the customs. Yeah. Nice. And we have monthly. We have the free monthly, sure, nice. And we have these support evolutionary packages that are $40 once a month. You get this crater, which doesn't guarantee a certain amount, which is awful, for $40, and a shard evolutionary. Yeah, and 15 of these. I mean, I know that everyone is gonna be like, I don't have enough of this at the start. But give it a month, 2 months, and you will have a decent chunk of this. We also have the weapon version of this. And what is this? Crystal kit. Okay, nice. Something worth noting is that they also adjusted the one in the store. So, yeah, we have this, and then the 61 monthly gives you an evolutionary catalyst. This is something that we need a lot of. I hope that Gremory constantly give us this item. Or give us a way to grab one monthly at the very least. With one of these monthly, the LR system won't be unbearable, trust me. Then what else? Content expansion. Yeah, of course. You know it. We know it. We have more floors of tower. I'm gonna be doing a run of that, and we have an evolutionary catalyst over here. Very important. What else do we have? Okay, boxes for this. 300 gems. Only 2? Really? And 5 gems. 5 coins. Okay, that's fine. The crafting facility adjustment. Yeah, sure. Game improvements and bug fixes. Fix an issue where Eleanor's skill effects were displayed incorrectly. Fix an issue where the skill text was displayed incorrectly when casting White's skill Yaksha's Judgment when the in-game language is set to English. Fix an issue where Time of 5 BR was displayed in simplified Chinese on the arena menu when the in-game language is set to traditional Chinese. Fix an issue where Chisu skill Rift Art Radiant Mantra was displayed incorrectly under certain circumstances. Fix an issue where Su's passive skill Release applied incorrectly in Battle Arena. Fix an issue where the character control malfunctioned after the use of Su's skill Nakuryuso in Time 5 BR Spider Queen. Revised the bonus stat and custom theme name for Ragnarok's Frozen Summer costume. Bonus stats? Were they wrong? Wait a moment. Where is Ragnarok? Here she is. Let's see. Yeah, this seems nice because the stats. Because this is a seasonal skin. This is a permanent. This is a permanent skin. Look at those stats, and these are the stats for a package skin. So yeah, it makes sense. It's fine. Okay. Suspension of cheaters. Okay. So, are there a couple things that we should mention before we finish? Yeah. Starting with this. This is an excellent time to farm, clear the event completely, and focus on dailies. Honestly, that's gonna be very, very useful. Um, since we have Maya Cordelia, be sure to. Oh, one thing about the event. This stage, the last stage, is pretty straightforward. Forward. So this is a great chance for you to level up a character. If they have enough damage, they'll be able to clear the stage very quickly, and you don't need to use the operational plans. So that's something to take into consideration. What else do we have? Well, you should start farming this, and now let's. That's all about the update. Now I'm gonna comment on the different mechanics and updates and whatnot. So let's start with the elephant in the room, and that's crafting the new items, crafting the evolutionary items. It's a terrible idea. There's gonna be a lot of backlash. I know it. I know it. I'm gonna expect it. And honestly, I expect it to be awful this first month. Maybe also next month. But after that, I expect that they start adding more sources for shards so that we're able to craft nanomachines more often and also demonite more often so that in turn we get evolutionary shards. That's a thing they could do. I don't like that idea too much because it means that they're gonna diminish the value of this extremely rare item, which has already diminished in value ever since the release of the crafting option. But um, it's very difficult to max out the supporter collection, and providing more sources of that is going to facilitate people getting like supporters at 5 out of 5 and the good weapons at 5 out of 5, or even completing the collection. So the best thing to do in my opinion is to normalize. If I'm not mistaken on how this works, the best option would be to normalize giving the evolutionary catalyst as reward. It says when used at the exchange facility, exchanges for shards, evolutionary and or evolutionary. If I'm not mistaken, this means that if I put 4 weapons, I'm gonna get 4 ores or evolutionary or shard evolutionary, whichever it is. So that would mean that it's not unbearable. Honestly, I I wish that they give us one of these a month or every 2 months at the very least, because with this it won't be unbearable. Without it, on the other hand, it's gonna be a big problem. But I can already foresee that that's not gonna be the case because of the rewards. Because of this reward, as I mentioned, I don't like when we make a kind of ladder or competition that provides a very exclusive reward that has gameplay implications. I mean, if they give an exclusive mark, okay, whatever, they can show off the mark, sure. But giving the evolutionary catalyst means that they're gonna strengthen themselves, they're gonna be unmatched. It is just like the crush card virus situation. It's just not healthy to do that. So I expect there to be a lot of backlash on this. And well, I mean, people were prepared. I was expecting it to be craftable with the same materials with these ones, but no, they decided to pull this. It is insane. If they want to shift the game economy and make the nanomachines and demonite common, Okay, I guess it won't be bad. It will make it easier for newer players, but right now it is not looking great. Now let's talk about the club. This one, this one I really like. The difficulty is not that high. It's like just a normal event enemy. They don't, or well, at least that seems to be the case. They didn't did any damage. In fact, I didn't need like a lot of healing. I could change probably Felicia for another kind of supporter and have some kind of slight healing like the I don't like depending on the supporter, but maybe a Shizuru. I could go with Shizuru or something like that. With her healing area would be more than enough, I guess. But the difficulty over here comes on deciding which effects you take and which rewards you want to pick, because some rewards are great but sometimes they don't give enough points and you want more points, or it gives a really bad demerit. So I like it. I like this a lot. Mm, but the thing is, the challenge is not defeating the enemy but clearing the stage, which I don't think I'm gonna be able to clear the stage on this first week. But it is nice. What do you think about it? Did you like uh, most of the things that came in the update? Do you want to play with Maya? Are you excited about the game? Are you fuming because of the LR system? Let me know in the comments and I'll be seeing you next time. Bye.